But with the Niners, the way that they're playing defensively, offensively, Mr. Irrelevant making himself relevant in the NFL this season, 8-game winning streak. Can you see that continuing, or is 9 points maybe a little bit too much to lay with the maybe not knowing if Derek Carr is going to be starting under center or not?
Yeah, so just touching on the Derek Carr news, I mean, I saw a tweet earlier this morning that said that the Raiders have been meeting for the past couple of days to determine if they want to sit Derek Carr for this game. He has a big number of guaranteed money if he were to get injured in these last couple of weeks, and they're trying to determine if they want
Yeah.
him to be the quarterback of the future. So that's why he may sit. And in that case, that's why you see a line move from in the mid fives all the way to where we are right now as
Mm-hmm.
49ers -9. I mean, I think with that news being there, like it's probably a no touch for me. I mean, I think the only thing that I wanted to play on this one possibly was the over because I felt like I could see a path to Derek Carr and that offense getting going against the weakest spot of the 49ers defense, which is the secondary, and having a decent game from Devontae Adams. So I saw that path to the Raiders putting up some points, and then Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan doing what they do on offense, leaning on Christian McCaffrey, leaning on like the short, efficient pass game. George Kittle has been amazing the past couple of weeks, and then being able to generate enough points to get over that 44 and a half. So now it's 43. But now without having Derek Carr in the midst, this is probably just a stay away from me just because there's a lot of uncertainty in regards to the motivation that the Raiders are going to play with now if they're benching their starting quarterback and if the backup
Mm-hmm.
quarterback, I believe, is Stidham, will be able to come in and move that offense as a fit. Well, I guess he kind of moves it in spurts as well, but just trying to imagine what that offense is going to look like with Derek Carr out of the mix this week.
Yeah, Jared, for you and the uncertainty, is this a stay away game for you, or are you maybe leaning the Niners here? I found a crazy stat that the Niners are 10-0 against the spread in their last 10 games played in January. So they're playing well when the games count, right? It's like the last 2 weeks of the season, it's pushing down the stretch. It is true. They're playing well when you really need to. Is this a game where you stay away from where you don't really know if Derek Carr is playing or not, or do you kind of go all in on the 49ers here? Because I know you're already high on them earlier in the season.
Sure. I think, yeah, the move to Stidham, I think, is a pretty big downgrade from Derek Carr.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's the biggest downgrade from starter to backup in the league, but it's probably in the top 10. Stidham, we saw him in New England. Like it's not someone that
Yeah.
I would want to bank on to cover a number against the Niners front that they have everything to play for. Like they absolutely need this game. Goes from 9.5 back to 9. So there was a little bit of buyback. It did touch 10 at a spot very briefly and then got bought
Wow.
back at one of the offshores. So again, you can kind of see like the market appetite at numbers that are pretty standard. My guess is this likely closes around 10 once the news from Derek Carr becomes confirmed. It is a very unique situation with him. I was trying to do some brief research during our pre-show period when I saw that number come out. So apparently, if this is so weird, Tank, you can tell me if this is like normal or not. If Derek Carr fails his physical in the spring, his contract becomes more guaranteed. That is a very unique situation. I don't know if
Weird.
that's normal or not. Yeah, because I guess that was written in. I guess that was written into his contract that if he's hurt, he gets more money. I don't know how that would come about. Again, I'm not a
Interesting.
contract expert, a legal expert, but from my understanding, our pal Clef TA just tweeted this out about 10 minutes ago. Carr has $40 million in injury guarantees that becomes fully guaranteed if he can't pass a physical in the spring. So they might just want to wrap this dude in bubble wrap for the next like 3 months
Hmm.
and just pray that he doesn't get
Yeah.
hurt, because I don't think the Raiders can afford that. And clearly, based off of this move in week 17, they are not very bullish on his future with the Raiders. So just a weird spot. And I wonder how that affects the rest of the locker room. The one nugget I'll give you, and this is going to become a thing over the next couple weeks, contract incentive, bonuses, milestones. Devontae Adams is about 250 yards away from his career high in receiving yards, which is 1553. He's currently at 1290. So my guess is Devontae's going to Jarrett and said, hey, bud, feed me the rock this week. That would be the one angle that I can give you that might have some value, that you might want Devontae Adams. He might be going for that career high in receiving yards, which is, again, about
Mm-hmm.
250 so yards away, and he's got 2 weeks to do it, which is very doable for him. That's really the only, actionable edge I can give you here because the weird situation with Derek Carr just really muddies the waters in this game.